Listen for some leaks. Hopefully everything's fine. I don't hear any leaks. Let's see if she shoots. Uh-oh. That's what happened before. It got stuck. Looks like it's going to have to go back to Byrna for repairs. So what you just watched there was the end of my video. I had taken apart my marker. I had fixed what I thought was the issue, and then I was shooting it and it failed again. All through that video, I stated that, well, Byrna's watching this. They are not going to cover this if I can't fix it myself since I took it apart. I also have a Mercy Less Lethal compensator since I've taken this off, and I even changed my sight and all kinds of good stuff. But Byrna was watching. They happened to have seen my video, and yesterday I received a phone call from them, and this is what they said.
Hello, Mr. Weaver. My name is John. I'm calling from Byrna. We saw your video, and we actually want to talk to you about your launcher and try to get you all squared away. I don't know if you have an RMA or not yet, but we do want to get that squared away for you. Again, I want to talk to you about the issue you saw, because that ring is supposed to be Loctited in place. So we appreciate the catch. We appreciate the video. If you have a question or can call me back, that'd be great. 603-68.
So, interesting enough that even when I have taken apart my whole marker, they did recognize, which I'm glad, they recognized that a part was supposed to have been Loctited together, and that was the cause of it, which quite honestly, Sean over to Mercy Less Lethal left a comment that probably I should use a retaining compound like this, and kind of thought I should take it apart and redo it. So the next part of this video after this is going to be me retaking it apart and then some fun shooting with it. However, I want to talk about Byrna just a little bit because I have had a couple of small problems in the years. I had an SD model for several years, never had a problem with it. But then one day I noticed that the little screw in here had fallen out. It was out of warranty. I sent them an email. They were quick to respond to it. They asked me to take a picture of it. I did. Within 2 days, they had replaced that screw. They had just sent me a screw. And boom, it was fixed. So I already knew kind of then that they were a pretty good company. When I bought my LE, it went on, I bought it, it was said it was in stock. But then I didn't receive it. I sent them an email regarding that. And again, they were quick to respond and said, we're very sorry about that, but we have found some out-of-spec parts, and we can't let our launchers go because of this. And again, I thought, well, that's pretty darn good. You know, they're covering themselves, and I did receive it, and it's been functioning fine until now. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say. You say, these are very expensive markers, nothing should go wrong. I'm going to tell you, about a year ago, I bought a Ruger 1020 takedown rifle, brand new out of the box. I took it out to the field. First mag worked fine. Second one, I could tell I was having a little problems. But by the time I went to my third clip, it was malfunctioning, it was jamming, and I ended up returning it and having to get a new one. There's not a company out there, whether it's less lethal format or lethal format, that you're going to run across something that goes wrong. And even Humorex, we all know what this part is. We all know that this is crimped here, and they've had issues with this, and sometimes they've actually blown up on people. So there's not any marker, and even FSC has had their issues, and you have to replace their seals. Anyhow, it happens to every type of marker. And then a lot of things I get on this channel, well, these are very expensive. They're overpriced markers. Well, here's what I like about Byrna. And you can say, there's very few companies you can say about that. They're made right here in the United States. They're giving back into the community. They are paying their taxes. That money, they're employing people, our people, and they are putting their money back into by paying taxes, where you don't find that. And they're made right in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So I really like that fact about the company, and I wish more people would start paying a little bit more money to keep our people working, because I think that is the future of our country. If you want to keep giving your money to China and all these other companies, all these other places, that's fine, except they want to blow us up half the time. They're looking to, oh, we don't like what you said, so, we're going to send a nuke your way. That's a philosophy that we're getting in this country. So I'm keeping my money here, and I've owned an SD. As a matter of fact, when this marker, I thought I was going to be sending it back. I went to the Byrna website. They were out of them. I was going to buy another LE, but I couldn't. But just yesterday, I did get another SD and more CO2s. I ordered it from them because I didn't want to be without a marker. Luckily, Sean at Last Refill, again, saving my butt, he had said, well, why don't you try it again and get some retaining compound. So the next part of this video I want to share with you guys is me kind of taking it back apart and doing the necessary work to it, and etc. So yeah, so let's get on with this video, and thank you guys for watching. So what happens when you pull the trigger is the barrel goes into the launcher, and it covers where the projectile is, and that's how it shoots out. And then when you release the trigger, this is supposed to return back to here. However, with this one, what's happening is I pull the trigger, that goes in, and it does not come back out, does not travel back out. And all I'm getting is air. The projectile is not coming out anymore, unless I stick my finger in here and I pull it out like this, and then I'll get another shot, but then boom, that's what happens. I took it apart the other day, and I found that there is a retainer spring, a little round retainer that fits over the barrel, and it has two little pieces that kind of go into the barrel to keep it. Well, it's just not keeping it anymore. Without further ado, we are going to take this apart. Now, the best one to watch for doing this would be would be Sean, because he's got a really good camera angle on it. He talks much more intelligent than I do, but we're going to take it apart right now, and we're going to see what's going on with this, and then we're going to try to fix it. So let's slide this guy out, and then I'm going to put it right down the way I took it off. Now this is something you got to be careful of right here. I'm going to get my magnet ready, because this is the part I don't like. There are two springs in here. That you got to be real careful of. And they're underneath here. And there they sit. Now I like to use this little magnet right here and catch them. There they are. And that's where they're going to stay till I have to put them back. Okay, now it should come apart much easier now. All right. I would definitely watch Sean's video, because there's a lot of parts in here that are going to come out. Now I'm going to try to avoid them coming out, since I've already taken this apart. I'm hoping that when I take this out, I may be able to keep those parts in there without disturbing them. Maybe or maybe not. Okay, I got lucky. Now the very first time I took this apart, this whole assembly stayed on here. But I think since I've taken it apart, I got very lucky and it's here. Okay, now this is the Mercy Less Lethal version of it that replaced this. So if you're ever going to take it apart, you don't have to take this all the way apart. But this is the original factory one that goes in there. Is this little spring collar is not supposed to be where it is right now. Not at all. So where it's supposed to be, oh, and one of the metal right here, woo, wow, it even came out. This is what you gotta really watch. These things are so tiny. I'm gonna have to put this someplace where I'm gonna remember. Okay, I'm gonna put it right in the bottom of this. I don't know if you can see how tiny that is. That is tiny. That is very tiny. There's one, and there's the second one. I'm going to put them right there. Now, I'm going to remove this spring. Yep. There's the yellow part, so I want to make sure I put it back on here. Now I'm going to clean this really good. Get all the grease and stuff off of it. And you can see those little notches right there. So I'm going to clean it really good. Actually, I got a little degreaser. I'm going to go get some degreaser and I'm going to clean it super good. And I can see they even have a line right there. And the other thing is, I think I'm going to put a little scratch on the side of it. And somehow I got to mark those little indentations really good. So when I put this compound on, that I can find those little marks again, because this has to line right up with those marks. And I gotta be able to find them. So I wanna make sure when I put stuff on them, I can find them. So I'm gonna go clean this up with a little parch cleaner. Make sure all the oil and grease is off of it. Then we're gonna put this stuff on and see what happens. Okay, so I got this clean. I ended up only using hot water and soap. And cleaned it up. It feels pretty good. I didn't bother with the parts cleaner. It's painted, and I don't know if I had to go through all that. It's definitely degreased. That's it. The other thing, you see, I took a little razor, the point of a razor, and I put that, just took some of the paint off so I can see it better after I glue it on. Here's the other part that has to go on, and definitely have, oh, it's interesting. It does stop. Like they have some type of little line right there, and it must be made just so it stops. So it doesn't go any farther. So that's good to know. Got the bumper back on. Putting this back on where it's yellow. Slide it all the way over. Now, I've got my two little guys right here. Let me get this out of the way for a second. All right. Oh yeah, now it comes out quite fast. Oh, and comes out quite messy. Oh, there goes my spring. Have to clean this spring off first. Last thing I want is it on the spring. Okay, let's try this again. Comes out very quick. Clean it up. There's the hole right there. I don't know if you can see that. There's right where the silver is. Now we've got to put the little part on there. Right here. There's the magnets with the little guys on there. I got it lined up pretty good with the hole. And in it goes. Well, hopefully, yep. It's lined up good here. All right, I got these little alcohol wipes. Try to clean it up. And there she is. Let's hope that works. Retaining compound, high strength, permanent. I'll release this, let that go back now. And we'll put our marker together, but we can't use it for 24 hours, so they tell me. And I'm got my coffee, be a nice human. So Sean, you let me know if I did that right. I don't know, maybe if this doesn't work, if you have any other suggestions, just let me know, would you? Okay, I've got to put this back. Actually, I'm not going to put it back right now. I'm going to let it sit, because in order for me to put it back, I have to pull this back this way and put more strain on there. So I'm going to have to let this sit just the way it is for a little while. Actually, for quite some time. Probably till tomorrow. The other thing to talk about, I talked a little bit about these, and if you wanted to change these out, now that you have this off, you'll see they have these little retaining clips right here. So basically you would pry these little retaining clips, there's one in the back, you can probably see what that looks like, and you'd pry it off. You just go like this and you'd pop these off, and that's how you get these out, actually from the underneath side. So once you take these off, those are pretty much so knock out, and then you can switch them to whatever you want. Unfortunately, I don't know what the size of these are. When I put this one on, it's not exactly the right size. I'm gonna have to keep looking for something just a little thicker than that. Yeah, so I bought some. There were just a pack of variety. I think that's a high res, I believe it's called. Anyhow, if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to experiment with them, this is the time to do it. And that's it for now, and I'll be back in a little bit and we'll put this thing back together. oriented inside that channel, and you can tell by when you pull the trigger. And you can also tell how this spring is, how nice and even it is, that it's put back together correctly. And again, watching Less Lethal for Dummies, by far a much better video than mine. And I don't want to take his spotlight on this stuff. This is this is what he does. That's where I learned it from. I just so happen to have this problem with my launcher, so I thought I'd take it apart, hopefully fix it, repair it right. Seems to work all right. Oh, now the tough part. It's the part I dread the most. This guy has the little springs. I just want to make sure I get my orientation right before I put this in here. So this guy fits in here like this. Aha, so that goes, let me make sure I got this right. Oh yeah, okay. This has got these little indentations right here. And that's where that sits in that indentation. And those little guys right here, those little holes, are for the springs. So this is the part I hate the most. Just like that, I lost one. These are tiny, tiny, tiny. Like that. This guy sits on top of them. Like that. Woo! And we slide this little guy back in. And there she be. Our launcher's back. Let's make sure this pops up. It does. Mag release. Ball drops. Seems to work. We're not going to touch it till tomorrow. And then we'll test fire it. Hopefully she's fixed for good. Hopefully. Okay guys, it's game time. Gonna try the Byrna LE now. I'm hoping it's all repaired. It's on safety. Let's put it in a safe direction. Click it. We're ready to go. Let's run this CO2 out, see if I have any issues. Here we go. I always forget that. Gotta put it in fire. Woo! First mag sounds pretty good. No issues there. Nice and crisp trigger. What I want to feel. Second mag. Second mag good. 5-round mag. Getting lower here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty good. Let's load this one back up again. One more time. Feels good though. I don't feel any issues. Yeah, sounding good, guys. I think I've got it back. I don't think I can have issues. If I have some issues, I'll definitely contact Byrna next time because I've done all I can do to it. But it sounds like that's what they would have done to begin with, and I think it was an oversight on their part to not, you know, things happen. Anyhow, this is my SD. I just picked this up when I thought I was going to have to send that one back. I wanted to have something, and so I bought the SD because the LE was out of stock. So I kind of missed the SD. I haven't had it for a while. When I got my LE, I kind of traded some work done for my other SD. So picked up a new SD. Just got it today. Let's see what happens. Safe direction. There it is. This time I'll remember to put it on fire. Yeah, it's coming right back to me. Working good. No issues there. One more time. Whoa, whoa. Heat them off a little bit. Here we go. One more time. Yeah, not bad. Since this is a brand new SD, I really want to compare it against the LE. Just for the heck of it, put cronny numbers up there. Yeah, I kind of really like this. You know, it's still pretty impressive, pretty nice for what it is. And anyhow, hey guys, I so appreciate your comments. I appreciate your likes. Your subscriptions are awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.